Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Good to see you again if you are joining me for this part 2. So yesterday we were making some fabric snippets, so using up some of our fabric. These were sort of like long pieces which I didn't really want to put in fabric scraps, and they were sort of just kind of hanging around. I wasn't really doing anything with little pieces like this. So we made up some of these yesterday. And I did want to get some paper ones done because I still have a whole bunch of stuff on my desk. So I thought we would work on these today. So these are, if you didn't catch my video yesterday where I explained about this, these are strips from my collage sheets which I made a couple of weeks ago. There is a video on it. It's in the Sort It Out Saturday playlist. And basically I've just torn out and inked around some of the most plainer, neutral types of papers, which, didn't really, there's all sorts of things we could have done with them. But what I want to do as well is use up lots of just little bits that I've got. So I've just got a whole hodgepodge of different things on my desk, and we're just going to run through and just start sticking some stuff down. So it is going to be a lot of gluing and inking, I'm afraid. But basically what I want to get is a more interesting background. So that's what we're going to do first. So I've got, for example, this right now is a vintage ticket. It's just a little bit more interesting than this plain background. And we're just going to go along and just add a whole bunch of different things. And then we'll add fussy cuts and pretty things at the end. So, and just like yesterday, I'm trying very hard, or I'm going to try very hard, not to think too much about what I'm doing, because at the end of the day, this is like a collage background, where we're just gonna build up on top of it. So I'm trying very hard not to think. One of those videos, and we'll just see what we can come up with. And I think tearing down the strips like this just gives you a good base with which to build upon. Straight away we have a base that we can use, type of a thing. So, and I'm just adding in lots of different things, lots of different like neutral type things, I suppose. And then obviously we can come in with the more interesting fussy cuts and whatnot afterwards. But this can just be a really good use for just using the pieces that we often neglect and just, forget about, I suppose. That's kind of what my purpose was today, was just to, because I've held on to so many things for so long. And yeah, I suppose with this sorting it out and everything, I've just found so many things that I just completely forgot I own. And I've done a lot of different things where I've tried to use up things and whatnot, but until I really, really sorted through my room, I think that this is the first time that I've been able to do it, like, actually properly, to be honest. Actually, I'm going to put that one there, just because it looked a bit too similar to that one, I think. Now I'm going to get glue all over my desk, as per usual. But let's just go with it. So I'm just going to go one at a time. We're just going to build up a couple of backgrounds. And from there, we'll do something more interesting. So feel free to fast forward me if you just want to see the fun part. But for now, I do need to get all these bits done. There we go. It's a grey day today, very grey day. I'm not doing fussy cuts yet, we're just doing backgrounds. That's me telling myself off. I was trying to pick nice, pretty things, and I'm supposed to be using up just those bits that you don't really know what to do with. I am obviously using some images, these image ephemera bits, but I'm trying to mix them in with plainer stuff, I guess. And I'm sort of trying to look at tones for this one. What do we want tone wise? So I suppose this one's more of a darker green one, and then I'll probably do a couple like that, sort of browny green, and then we'll probably do a couple that are lighter green, because that is how I'm approaching my botanical woodland fairy journal. There is a lighter aspect to it, there's a darker aspect to it, and I was really sort of just going with the idea that that's kind of how I picture woods, I guess, is, you know, in the deeps of the woods you get you know, a deep dark woods type of thing, and then obviously you get the lighter colours, you get all different types of colours in woods really, don't you? So it's kind of what I'm going with, but it's early days, so, you know, I might change my mind about things. No surprise there. But yeah, so I'm just basically just using a whole different thing of patterned papers. Now I'm not putting a huge amount of glue on, she says, because I may stitch these after. May. Here we go. So yeah, I mean, so far I've used scraps of paper, I've used scraps of scrapbooking paper, little ephemera pieces from kits, just generally just a whole hodgepodge of different things. I don't really want to cover up those, quite like those specks of gold there, so I really should have put something down to protect my desk. So if we go with something, I don't really want to use a flower in this one. What do I want? I want something, ooh, how about a label? I know we said we weren't going to put fussy cuts on yet, but I just want something just on there. There we go. So yeah, I might stitch these. I haven't quite decided yet, but I'm not going to do that today. Mainly because I can't get to my sewing machine right now, because I've piled up a few things on top, not on top, in front of it. So yeah, I'm gonna struggle to get to my machine for a little bit. So normally I would go off and stitch these, you know, before doing anything else, kind of a thing, but I can't do that today. Right, there we go. So yet another great use for just bits of things that you have been ignoring. I'm sure we've all got them, and yeah, you can just get some things down. I'm hoping I'm not being too slow. It's the only trouble with doing these videos, is you do need to think about how much time things are taking you, rather than just getting on with it, you know. Okay, that's that. I think I might just come in with another piece of ticket or something maybe, or we could do a big label at the bottom. So we've got sort of a specimen type label, so I probably want one that's more just writing or something. Not as big as that though, or a number. Yeah, maybe. Oh, it's got a funny shape though. Let's see. Ah, perfect. So yeah, I mean, I don't have a plan for how I'm going to use these yet. I mean, really, they could be used for so many different things, so I don't really have a use for them right now. You could use them as belly bands, you could snip into them to decorate things, have them as page embellishments. You know, there's so many different things. I'd spend an age just telling you, really, what you could do with them. Right. I did say to myself I would use fabric scraps on these, and I haven't. I've stuck with my paper scraps. But that's okay. We'll try and use some fabrics in the next ones. So I've got this little bit at the bottom here, which I probably want to think about covering. But I think now we're in a position where we can add a few more fussy cuts. Obviously we've got a couple of labels. So I've got some Tim Holtz ephemera, and I've got some words. I've got other things, but I'm going to try very hard not to just spend an absolute age going through my stuff. So let me just, what I'll do is I'm just going to pull out some of the more fussy cut type images and word type things, and then we'll get going with the rest. Okay, I'm all set. So I've got some Tim Holtz ephemera, and I've just got some fussy cuts and things. That's going to be too big. And it's just a case of just working them in where you like them, really. If you do. And as I say, although you can make it look nice as a whole, you also want to think about if you were just going to snip into these, what would it look like if you were just to snip like a portion, really. So try not to get too caught up on how they look, sort of, yeah, how they sort of look together, really, as things will look different once you actually snip into them. I'll show you what I mean by that in a second, if that's not clear. Didn't really want to cover up that gold, but kind of want to put something there, so let's see. Right, I think I'm just going to get things stuck down that I'm sure of, because otherwise I'm going to keep flicking them around everywhere. Okay. Okay. Once. I feel very quiet today. I think it's been a long week, actually. It has been a long week. There's been, yeah, just a lot going on, and so I'm quite tired, but I really wanted to get this video done, because otherwise it would have been yeah, it would have been another weekend of no sort it out, which, you know, some of you might not be fussed about that, but I know some of you have been, you know, really enjoying this series, so I didn't want to let you down. Don't know if I've got that in exactly where I wanted it, but the theme of today is just to go with it, and, you know, because at the end of the day we're going to cut these things down, aren't we? So okay. Don't know when I'll come to cut them down. It will just be when I'm working on my fairy journal. So if you would like to see, you know, these things again, then let me know, and we'll do some stuff on video together. So I want something here where that edge looks a little bit weird. What should I put in there? Something that goes with the mushroom. Ideally it would be a word, but these are the only ones that I cut out. I think forest would be alright, or moss. Let's go with moss. Okay. So yeah, I'm sorry if I seem a bit quiet, but hopefully you're enjoying just seeing what I'm coming up with today. Not sure if that's exactly right. I think that would be fine. Just holding it up to see if we kind of want something with this mushroom now, I think. What do we have? What I could do with is, something kind of like that. Just felt like that needed something lighter or just a bit more, something more interesting up there. Like that. What else do we want for this? So the idea for this is, again, similar to the fabric ones we did. You would just snip into little bits. Of course, you could use the whole thing if you like how it looks as a whole piece. For this one, I'll definitely snip into it. Could do another mushroom just to cover that, really. What's this one? Perfect, that'll do. Yes, these are the Tim Holtz Field Notes ephemera, if I didn't already say. I think I might have said it in the video yesterday, but I basically just got the smallest pack, cheapest pack, just to tide me over. But to be honest, I probably didn't need it. Because I actually had quite a lot of things, more than I realised actually, just in my craft room. So yeah, I should have checked first. Okay, so I'm going to call that one done for now. We may add more to it at another time. So, you know, if we imagine I would snip into this part and have very brown mushrooms there. We would have this piece with the butterfly. We would have something like that maybe with this mushroom, and then we've got the one at the bottom. Okay, so I hope you're liking how they're coming along. So this one is just some offcuts of scrapbooking paper. Now, to be different, I do want to try and fit in some fabrics. So my motto of the day is to just go for it. So I'm going to just simply, again, just like I did before, I wasn't really thinking too much about the background. I was just sort of going for it. So let's just go for it. So yeah, I definitely want to use some fabrics in here. And again, I imagine this is probably going to be for the fairy journal, so I am using gold in there, as well as yeah, different bits. I suppose it's like a mini collage board, isn't it? If we want to think of it like that, I suppose that's how it is. Now that one definitely wants cutting down because it's too big, but we'll sort that out after. So that will be that. So for this one, I probably want to go lighter greens. But again, we're just simply using our scraps. Oops. And yeah, we're just simply sort of covering up our background and just going with it. Just go with it. I think it's just that I struggle with just go with it, actually. I like to have a plan. To be honest, I much rather would be a wing it type of person. I'm sure it is a lot more fun. But I like to have a vague idea of what I'm doing, but you know. What should we use? To be honest, I got out way too much on my desk. I really didn't need this much stuff. But you know, I didn't know what I was going to want to use, so you know, I think if I was to do these again, and I will, I would probably get out less so that I'm less, it's not overwhelmed, because I am just simply going with it and just, you know, as you've seen, just shoving things down. But it's more the fact of spending the time looking through things to get what you want. I think I probably could have made life a little bit easier for myself, really. I've glued it without really thinking about where I'm going to put it. I think I'll do that. Right, let's get rid of this gold, because I really don't want that much hanging over. Okay. What I probably should have done is done the background and then added my fabrics. That might have been a little bit easier, but I never do things easy, do I? I never make life easy for myself. I really don't. Right, so this has got words on, so I definitely want something plainer next to it. I don't want to cover up those leaves. I'm a thinking. I've got some die cuts. Yeah. I did say we would go sort of lighter with this one. So let's see. See what a die cut would be like. Yeah, cute. What else shall we use? That's a bit dark, isn't it? I've got some of this paper. Oops, sorry, I've just knocked my pot over. Let's see about this then. I picked out a lot of scrapbooking scraps. I don't know if that was the right thing to do. Might add, you know, a bit of bulk type of a thing, but yeah, really, I just went through. I've got some drawers where I keep a lot of different bits in, like beads and paper clips and things like that, and I actually just really went through that, to be honest, just to grab a load of stuff. Right, now that doesn't go there, but that could go. We're going to cover up all my fabric, aren't we? What a numpty. Never mind. It doesn't matter, it's only scraps of fabric, which they would have just gone in the bin, to be honest. Now I'm doing that thing that I said not to do, which is I'm going for like fussy cuts before I've finished doing the background. So let's not do that. Let's see about one of these. Just a little bit of a ticket. No, I quite like the stripes actually. Now these really are completely junk. You know, ordinarily someone would be throwing these out, but not us. Not us. And of course with these things you can always add gold splatters or something if you wanted. Okay, what do we want? So that could be a label. Let's see. Yes, nice. I feel like I'm getting quicker. I do feel quicker. I think I've abandoned all like perfectionism with these. which is, for me, it's a good thing because I am a huge perfectionist, and it's something actually I really struggle with. So I grew up being taught, don't do it, or don't try unless it's going to be perfect. And that's, for me, that's not at all, that did not help me. It really hasn't, which is why, you know, if you've ever wondered why I'm so, I don't know what the word is, but I do get very, like, het up with myself if it's not perfect. But it stems from all of that, really. So if you've ever wondered, then it's not it's not my fault. I try, you know, I am trying to abandon my perfectionism because it hasn't helped me in life. Perfectionism, it really hasn't. So I am trying very hard to, you know, get rid of that part of me. But equally, it kind of is who I am. But anyway, sorry, I will try very hard not to get all contemplative. I'm just trying to decide if we want, like, what do we want here, or whether it just needs to be fussy cut type stuff now. Oh, that's too close to that. Too close to the other flower. Let's see, what else could we... Oh, that would be nice. Let's see about a butterfly to go with these leaves. Do I have a one? Could do. I would want to cut it down. Or do we like the fact that that is... I do. I quite like that that one's more prettier than, sort of brightens it up a bit, lightens it up, which I think is what I was after for this one. Okay. Yep. So if we imagine we would cut this one like so. So we've got some fabric in. And then this one has no focal point. It's got those butterflies on the paper, but it's not really a focal point. So what would we want for that? Butterflies. I don't really want to use more mushrooms because I've used a lot of mushrooms. So I probably want some flower type ones, I think. Let's see what these would be like. If not, I'll have to go into my flower fussy cuts. I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm loving these. Really loving them. I have a feeling it's going to be another one where we only get two done, which I don't know. Is that normal? Is that like a good amount of time, or should it be that I should really be getting more done? So I think I want a word or a number or something that sort of goes this way for this one. I did have some other words. Just got this word blossom. This is also honey puddle, which is where I've used a lot of words from. And I thought if we pop it there, like so, that would be okay. So for this one, this snippet would be kind of like that, which again we may add more to them, like that could have maybe done with a little butterfly there or something. But let's carry on. So then we've got this one. So that one really doesn't have anything going for it just yet. So we want, I'm thinking a label for the background. What do we think? Yeah, that one's fine. So yeah, I probably should have done the fabric scraps like differently. So I'll have a think about that one, how I would approach these differently next time. But I mean, you are getting little hints of fabric peeking out, which I suppose is, you know, it's better than none. You know, if you wanted to add the fabric. Right, I'm going to see about lifting up this flower, just these petals, and then that way that can be not a focal point, but more of a focal point than not. So we have that. So again, this is our snippet, this bottom piece. So could just be a simple butterfly, like that. Would be nice. Yeah, I think where I've gone wrong, actually, I'm just gonna cut this out quickly. Right, I've cut this butterfly out. Now I feel like it sort of isn't really part of the picture. So I'm thinking if we were to maybe put some fabric, if I got some lace somewhere, just want a little scrap of lace. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Well, this one's even got some gold splattering on it. I wonder what that was from. That must be from, oh, what would I have been doing with gold splatters recently? I can't remember. Right, let's do that. So yeah, what I was saying before about going wrong is, well, I've not gone wrong because these are working out absolutely fine. But I think what I could have done to better prepare, now that I know more about how to do these, is I should have got more fussy cut type stuff out, because I didn't want to use lots and lots of the Tim Holtz type stuff. But then, you know, I've ended up just using what's on my desk, which is, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, of course. You know, just using what's on your desk. But I think, yeah, I should have gotten out more fussy cut type stuff. So if I do these again, I'll definitely get out more just like, yeah, fussy cuts. Let's glue this. So yeah, I may stitch through these because I haven't done the gluing, you know, I haven't been, sort of just done the gluing a bit willy-nilly, to be honest. Yeah, that's just lifted that butterfly up a bit more. So that's that one, and then we would have something like that, and then at the bottom we would cut it and have something like that. And again, they are just really page embellishments for the most part, or they can be, you know, you can do other things with them, of course. But so that's mixed in with the fabric scraps, which actually worked out quite nicely, I think, because when you cut them down, you just get that little hint of a fabric peeking out, which I suppose is what I was after. I didn't really know, to be honest. So we've got 2 done. I don't know how long we've been filming for. Let me just check. Okay, yep, as per usual, I think I was too ambitious. So I think we've only got time for these 2. But what do you think? I think they look great. I'm going to really enjoy, well, looking at these for a bit longer and then cutting into them. So with this one, similar to the fabric ones that we made yesterday, I would like to hang them up so that I remember to use them. Really, these I'm not going to store for ages because I think I will use them quite quickly. But this one has some fabric. I can put the thing through the fabric at the top here. This one I would have to go through paper, which I wouldn't want to do because, you know, I would want to use that whole thing. So I'm not sure how I'm going to store that one. I probably just have to maybe cut this one down straight away and put them in a drawer little drawer that I've got where I keep like clusters and things. But yeah, that's so that's those. So I hope you like them. As I say, these will be popping up again. I think I really like this one with the fabric. I do like this one too. It's just one of those things where, for me, I look at the whole thing as a piece and I'm like, oh, it doesn't go. But I have to remind myself, you know, we're cutting into it, aren't we? We're using pieces of it. So yeah, I think they look good in that sense. And actually this one is quite sturdy. So I think these would be nice little tucks as well as just embellishments. This one is a little bit less so because we've got the fabric rather than paper all the way down. Anyway, I think that's it for me today. I think I need to go and have a cup of tea and wake myself up because I'm a bit tired. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed those. I hope you've enjoyed the fabric ones that we made yesterday as well. They did actually turn out quite similar. I think that's just because of what I had on my desk, didn't I? I had lots of similar things. But you know, I've got lots to play with now. I've got lots of little embellishment type bits, which I have to say, I really struggle with embellishments. Like, if I were to just sit down and make this, I wouldn't know where to start. As soon as you sit down and just make a whole bunch, you can just really get into a rhythm with it. And before you know it, you have a whole heap. I mean, let's count them, shall we? We've got 3 here, 3 here, that's 6. We have another 1, 2, 3 there, that's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4 there, which is 13 in total. Why did we go for an unlucky number? Oh goodness, 13, that's interesting. Okay, well yeah, I mean, straight away I've got 13 snippets that I think I've made in total in about an hour and a half, which I think is slow, but I have been talking and I do have to do the intro of the video. So really it's probably 13 snippets in more like an hour and 15 minutes maybe, real time. Which I don't think is too bad for me because I really struggle with layering. So I'm really happy with them. I hope that you like them. And yeah, I hope you'll stick around as we figure out more bits and bobs. So sort it out weekend this weekend. It's been a big one, I suppose. That's come to an end for this weekend. I will do another sort it out Saturday, Sunday, next weekend. I'm thinking it will be probably like tools, die cuts, little pieces of ephemera, actually, these things that I've been trying to use up. It will probably be something along that sort of line, which this has partly helped me get in front, but I mean, I need some organisation, so that's that. All right, I'll stop waffling now, shall I? I will leave you to enjoy your Sunday. Thank you ever so much for joining me if you have done, and well, of course you would have done if you're watching this, so thank you. And as always, I'll see you on the next video. I'm sorry this week has been very, very busy with the videos, but yeah, I just managed to get a lot done and I wanted to just share everything with you. So yeah, I hope you've stuck around and I hope you've enjoyed seeing me. And as always, I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye for now.